Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana and I am so excited to be sharing my love of makeup and beauty with you all. Today I have the first of a two-part video sharing my favorite beauty products for the fall. Fall is absolutely one of my favorite seasons. I love the cool weather, I love the sweaters, I love Halloween. I love the fall. Fall is absolutely one of my favorite seasons. And because of that, fall makeup is one of my favorite times of year for adding new beauty products or finding favorites. When I initially started to sit down to plan this video, I wanted it to be a single video, and I realized I had way too many products because I had 10 whole items that were just eyeshadow and a bunch of other things as well. So I've decided to split this into two. So today we're gonna do everything except eyeshadow palettes, and my next video, which is coming next week or sometime, will be eyeshadow palettes. Now I am pre-filming this video. It is still very early September. I have not yet left Canada, but by the time you're seeing this video, I have already moved to the UK and I'm starting to get settled. I'm pre-filming all my videos for the next month or so just to give me time to settle into my new space before I start filming when I get to the UK. So yes, it is still pretty warm outside, and no, it is not yet time for Halloween earrings, but I love Halloween earrings, so it's time. I have 10 products to talk about today in the sort of makeup and skincare, and one is a perfume. They're really in no particular order though. These are just some of my favorites for the fall. If you'd like to see what I'm gonna be using this season, stick around. The first product I have here is the Freck Longwear Freckle Makeup. It's the XL tube, the one that's slightly bigger. I know people have some complex feelings on faux freckles, and that's fine. I'm not here to tell you what feelings you're supposed to feel. I personally like faux freckles, and particularly in the fall, because I do get natural freckles in the warmer months. In the summer, I usually have freckles across my nose. I have lots of freckles on my shoulders and my chest. But in the winter, the ones on my face tend to disappear, and that makes me sad because I love my freckles. I think they're so cute. So I do like the faux freckles. I like to add them in just to continue a little bit of that summery sunshine look into the fall. I don't wear freckle makeup every single day. I'm not actually wearing it right now, but I do like the option to have it, especially when my skin is looking paler than pale and I am not seeing the natural freckles from the summer anymore. Next is the Melt Gel Liner in Santos. This is one of the reflective ones, so it's a little bit metallic. I believe this particular product has been discontinued, but really any like bright sort of royal blue liner would kind of suffice if you can't get your hands on this anymore. I absolutely love a really pretty royal blue liner with a warm eyeshadow look, especially things like, a warm orange or red. This pairs so well with that, and it just adds this like fun, fresh pop of color so that you're not constantly stuck with just black liner or brown liner. But I absolutely love this stuff for just bringing some freshness and life back into my makeup and just giving it a pop of color without deviating too far from like standard fall. In number 3, my favorite lippies for this fall are definitely going to be the Too Faced Peach Puff Lippies. I have 2 shades here. I have Velvet Rope and Scary Spice. Again, I believe these have been discontinued, and actually these are probably inching towards expiry, so this will probably be my last season with them. But I absolutely love these lippies. They're matte and they're impactful, but they're not too bold. They're quite soft and they're subtle. They're really easy to work with. They're very, very comfortable, and they're quite long wearing. I really, really like these. I'm so sad they've been discontinued because I would have absolutely bought replacements of these, but I think after the end of this fall season, these will probably have to go, just because, makeup doesn't last forever, but I am gonna love them so much this season and get my money's worth out of this last season with them. In the summer, because my skin is pretty oily, I tend to need a more mattifying primer. But in the winter, when my skin gets a little bit more dry, I tend to prefer a more smoothing primer. And I've got a couple that I really like. One of the ones that I have been using a lot is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. However, I don't find the Hydro Grip to be smoothing enough, so I usually pair it with this next one that I'm going to talk about, and that is the Bite Beauty Changemaker Primer. I have this one in the oily to combination skin version. I think there is also a dry version, but I actually really like this stuff, especially for my cheeks where I get the driest. My T-zone never really gets fully dry, but my cheeks and especially along my jawline can get quite rough and bumpy. And the smoothing primer works really, really well for that. So I love this stuff for the fall, and it's definitely going to be a favorite this year. I like slightly bolder makeup in the fall, particularly bolder lip colors, but I'm not a fan of like true bright reds. So one of my absolute favorites is the MAC Dubonnet. I absolutely love this lipstick. It's one of those reds that's just perfect for when you want red, but you don't want like Snow White, really bright, vivid red. You want something a little more bold and deep and mysterious. I absolutely love this for the fall. It's definitely the kind of lipstick you're gonna have to reapply, especially after you eat, but as long as you don't mind doing that, it's so nice, and I love it. It's definitely a favorite this fall. If you've seen my videos before, you've heard me mention that I am moving to the UK for a PhD, and I have been a student most of my life at this point. I've actually taken 2 gap years total since I was in preschool at 4 years old. So fall for me has always meant back to school, and back to school usually means back to poor sleeping patterns because you're up late and you're studying. You know how it is. I am absolutely obsessed with how well this concealer works. This is the Fenty Bright Fix Under Eye Concealer. I have never found anything that erases my under eye dark circles quite as well as this stuff. Now, you don't have to be ashamed of dark circles. You don't have to hide them if you don't want to, but if you do want to hide them, this is fantastic. It's really, really brightening, and it really just tones up those dark circles without looking bright. This stuff actually matches my skin tone almost perfectly. It isn't lighter than my skin. I'm not highlighting, I'm just brightening, and it works so well. I am definitely going to love this as I return back to campus, and I think this is going to be a staple throughout the winter. It's also really hydrating, and it doesn't dry out my under eyes, which is going to be awesome when it gets colder. I don't tend to switch up my skincare routine too much seasonally. My skin doesn't change dramatically. It just gets a little bit drier in the colder months and a little bit oilier in the warmer months, which is a pretty common thing that a lot of people experience. But one thing I do change is that in the cooler months in the fall, I like to add a face oil. I usually put this on at night, and it just really helps to hydrate, especially the more drier parts of my cheeks. Currently, my favorite is the Biossance Squalene and Tea Tree Oil. I really like this. I have acne-prone skin, particularly when I am stressed, like I am right now preparing for my move, and tea tree, for me, has been really, really helpful in helping to deal with those acne breakouts, and squalene is a really, really good product to help just moisturize and soothe the skin. It helps to repair that moisture barrier that your skin is supposed to have to be healthy that lots of us don't take super good care of. I think this stuff is really, really good. But this is definitely something I love adding to my skincare routine as it's getting colder, and I'm really excited to use it a little bit more often now that the fall is coming. I love plum tones in the fall. They're some of my absolute favorite ways to incorporate sort of richer, deeper, not summery tones while still maintaining color. And that includes my cheeks. So one of my favorite blushes is this one. This is the Fendi Cheeks Out Cream in Drama Class. It is the very, very purple looking one, but on the cheeks, it really goes like this nice mauve or plum kind of color. It's not unwearable, and it is not anywhere near this bright on the cheeks. I can wear it, and I have very pale skin. I'm sure other people with paler skin than me could wear it as well, but it also looks phenomenal on deeper skin tones. I've seen it on a few of my friends or people here on YouTube that have worn it, and it looks phenomenal. It's just such a pretty color. If you're looking to add some plum to your beauty routine, Drama Class is a great way to go. Number 9, I have a highlighter transition. Normally in the spring and summer, I tend to wear more peachy or pink highlighters to complement the peach and pink blushes that I'm wearing, or even some more colorful highlighters, for example, Fenty's What a Brat that is bright pink. In the fall though, I tend to transition a little bit more towards like a white gold or a champagne-y kind of color, just because I think that that suits the tones that I go for in the fall a little bit better. So one of my favorite highlighters for the fall is the Melt Digital Dust Highlighter in Morning Star. I absolutely love this one. It's got a subtly gold champagne-y kind of reflect, but it is also pretty icy. But it doesn't look like white or gold on the cheek. It looks very soft, but at the same time, it's bold, it's impactful. I love it. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. It is definitely one of my favorites for the fall, and I mean, really, I wear it year round, but I get a lot of use out of it in the fall as I sort of switch into those more champagne kind of tones. And finally, I have a perfume. I don't tend to switch up my perfume that often, but I do replace it seasonally just to kind of, you know, add a little bit of seasonal fun. And my current favorite for the fall and winter months is the Lush Solid Perfume in Lord of Misrule. I love this stuff. It's like if I'm not mistaken, it's a patchouli and black pepper with a little bit of vanilla. So it's like a spicy, sweet scent that just feels like fall, but it also feels like Christmas to me. So it's a nice balance between those winter months and the fall months. I absolutely love this stuff. It is so nice. You can get Lord of Misrule, I believe, during the holiday season, and if I'm not mistaken, it comes in a liquid and a solid. This might depend on the country you're in. I did buy this one in the United Kingdom the last time I was there, but I believe you can get it in North America as well, but check your local Lush, they'll know a little bit more than I do. I love this stuff. I think it's absolutely great. It's one of my favorite smells. I just love those spicy scents for the fall. And that was my top 10 products, but not eyeshadow palettes, for the fall. If you're interested in seeing my recommendations for my top favorite eyeshadow palettes for the fall, check out my video. It's coming up in the next week or two. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd love for you to subscribe and to come back for my next one. Bye!